Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous, with me, Bring It Dawn. Let's waste time. So leadership is the only one that's not maxed out yet. We'll see if we can fix that. Oh, we have a logistics reform. Well, let's issue that. Dark Allies. Nidal, the land of necromancers and followers of Zon-Kuthon, is a nation of ill repute, but the demon invasion poses a threat even to them. The news that a contingent of Nidalese forces is on its way to Dresden has caused a scandal in the capital. We can refuse their help, adds 100 energy points. Let them stay and serve in the army, we'll get 8 vampires and 2 shadow dancers. Or put the Nidalese undead to rest, adds 3,000 finance points, and Crusade morale increases by 30. This one also seems the most roleplay appropriate. Now, heeding Oberg's advice, the commander ordered that the dead from the reinforcements be laid to rest, and their equipment given to the living soldiers. This decision has angered the Nidalese, but strengthened the Crusaders' faith in the commander. Yeah, Nidal will get over it. Probably. Well, let's talk logistics. Commander, Dragolinda's one eye is looking at you grimly. Next to her stands a shackled half-elf. This is Corporal Neckled Bartley. He was detained while stealing army property. During interrogation, he admitted to being one of the leaders of the Fellows of the Crusade. Based on his account, we've identified and arrested the rest of the leaders of the Fellows. The law says this kind of offense in wartime warrants a noose. He shoots Neckled a sullen look. But they are our soldiers after all. We fought together more than once. It's rotten, hanging your comrades. And so we boot them all the way to Nerosian in chains. Let them be tried like common thieves. They'll serve their time, and hopefully these sorry excuses for bandits will wise up a bit. What bandits? Bandits would have already hightailed it from Dresden. These guys are alright. We could use them for things. Don't split on your mates, Donald. That's low. Which Woljif has also done in the past. Let's tuck them away in some far-off garrison, and if anybody asks, we'll say they legged it. They have stumbled, they're criminals, but they're also mortals who have chosen to risk their lives in order to stop a demonic invasion. Surely that mitigates their guilt, at least a little. There's no need for trials or gallows. We should show them mercy, and give them a chance to atone for what they've done. Well, I think they're bandits, plain and simple, and the gallows is where they belong. I can tie nooses for every one of them myself, if you'd like. Talk to the prisoner. Corporal Bartley, tell me exactly what you did. I did what I did. Neckled looks at you defiantly. I won't lie. I'll tell you everything. You can do what you will. Pardon me if you'd like, and if not, go ahead and execute me. Here's how it went. In the last battle, some of our company ran into some enemies with an infectious plague. When they got back to the barracks, half of them came down with something. They were hot as coals and raving, crying green slime instead of tears. And the smell. They were rotting alive. The healers helped everyone they could, bless them, but there just weren't enough healing potions for everyone. So my guys are lying there rotting away, and the quartermaster, that cur, he just shrugs. We're out, he says, looking at me all smug. Well, we roughed him up a little, checked his cabinet, and what do you know? He did have potions, a whole crate of them. We ran straight back to the infirmary, and we saved our friends. And that was it. They shackled us and brought us to you for judgment. If you think I'm a criminal, then fine, sentence me. But I reckon the real criminals here are the quartermasters. They just sit there, fat and happy, hoarding all the goods the kingdom gave them. Meanwhile, we're flopping about in the dirt and the blood, and if we need anything, the answer's always the same. We're out. Corporal Bartley forgot to mention that he beat the quartermaster almost to death and left him to bleed out. It's a miracle the poor man's still breathing, and that the healing potions were intended for command staff. The quartermaster had an order. He was to die sooner than let anyone steal items of strategic importance. The death of a trained officer is a much heavier blow than the death of a common soldier. Without capable officers, our losses will grow tenfold. He also failed to mention a dozen previous cases of theft, which cannot be so neatly excused by a touching concern for his comrades, and a whole warehouse worth of stolen goods he stashed near the city walls. Berkelinda shakes her head grimly, glowering at Nickled. No way around it, lads. You've been caught. We have to punish you, otherwise we can kiss goodbye to any sense of order. Corporal, do you have anything to say in your defense? You can't put it all on us. We're soldiers. We're told to survive to fight another day. That's exactly what we're doing. It's our blood that pays for your victories. And if we're winning and Mendev still can't give us what we need, then they're the scumbags, not us. But when you could grab something straight from the caravan without going through the quartermasters, we managed. Like back when. Now you've got those stuffy Nerosians following the carts around. I bet they've never seen a demon in their lives. All they're good for is threatening our comrades with spears. You're the one who forced us to resort to desperate measures. I'd like to discuss our options with the council. Of course, let's talk it through. We can't rush a decision like this. Voljev, what's your suggestion? Remember how you pulled me out from behind the bars in Canabris? You ever regretted it since? Well, Voljev falters. Actually, don't answer that. Anyway, what I mean is, they may be thieves, but they're still here. And the world, God's darn wound, fighting demons. Though they could have been miles away from here by now if they wanted. Alright, they messed up. But these are our guys. We need them in this war. Save their skins now, and they'll be loyal to you forever. Hush us all up and keep it out of court. Send them off to some remote fort somewhere. They won't forget your kindness, just you wait. They'll fight for you until they die, or we win. Arushalai, your opinion. Commander, we're more than an army. We're crusaders. A holy brotherhood that protects this beautiful world from absolute evil. These people have committed a crime and need to be punished, but we can't treat them like common marauders. There can be no place for whips and gallows on this sacred march. Spare them. Give them a chance to atone, as you did for me. You'll see. It'll work better than the most severe punishment. Yeah, what is the point of punishing criminals anyway? We can just wag a finger at them and ask for a pinky promise never to do it again. And tomorrow, those dirtbags will steal our whole citadel one brick at a time to build themselves nice little mansions, with a view of the wound. Lan, what's your advice? Are these the acts of crusaders? No. They're the acts of highwaymen. And at the end of that highway, there's a tall tree with a sturdy branch waiting for them. The fact that they're crusaders doesn't excuse them. On the contrary, their crimes are corrupting our army from the inside. There can be no prison for them, only execution. And let it be known to all, if anyone pockets a single button from our spoils ever again, let alone commits a robbery, they'll share the same fate. They're not some outsiders. They broke the law, yes, but before that, didn't they prove that they're ready to die for complete strangers? I agree that they should do penance for their sins. They should do it here, among us, repentantly serving the Crusade's cause. Dorgalinda, what's your solution to this? We're at war, and in war there's only one sentence for this type of thing. Execution in front of the ranks. But warriors of the Crusade should get some sort of leniency for their past deeds, shouldn't they? I've looked into the records of every fellow, and let me say this. None of them have ever faltered in combat. None have ever abandoned their comrades. They fought with daring and bravery. They've given it their all. And the other soldiers respect them. It feels awful to hang people like that. We'll send them to Nerosian, but the judge give them 5 or so years of hard labor. They say it clears your head right up. Yeah, they clearly forgot that in Mendev. Only nobles and rich people are allowed to steal. Oh, pardon me, not steal. Collect taxes and care about their wealthy selves. And if a simple lad grabs a loaf without permission because he's starving to death, his options are gallows and hard labor. Man, I love this country we're protecting. Getting a little meta, isn't it? Everything is clear to me now. So what should we do? I think there's arguments for most of these choices. Pragmatic Paladin would keep them here to fight, and probably do a brutalized choice. I don't mind Woljifs, but again, as a lawful good Paladin, that's probably not the best one. Dorgalindas also makes sense from a roleplay perspective, as does Lands. I wish there was another option to punish the quartermasters instead. I get the quartermaster was under orders for... Well, I guess we can't punish him. He was under orders. It wasn't corruption. I've been in situations like that. You know, sometimes in the military you've got to tactically acquire things that you need. I wouldn't beat up anybody for it, but I understand where he's coming from. Anyway, if we take Woljif's choice, a finance points income increases by 10, materials points income increases by 1 for each controlled region. In Arushalai, the effect of positive morale in finance, materials, and energy points income increases by 33%. In Lan, all generals gain the salvage feat. Defeating an enemy army adds 1,000 finance points. In Durgalinda, finance, materials, and energy points income increases by 5%. I don't think thieving warrants execution regardless. And their last act was a benevolent one. And they've never faltered in combat like was mentioned before. I think we just give them a chance to redeem themselves. We'll have our own version of the, shoot. What's the name of the unit that Staunton Vane and Curl was a part of? The Condemned. We'll have our own version of the Condemned, but we'll call it the Redeemed or something. I am a pragmatic paladin. I'm not a lawful stupid paladin, right? We're fighting a war, we need manpower, and they're known good fighters. So, Arushalai, we'll give them a chance to redeem themselves. Plus, I am playing an Angel this playthrough, so redemption is part of that. Though, vengeance is a greater part of that. Thank you. I know better than anyone how strong the grip of sin can be. But if even I am able to fight it, then surely they are not without hope. I'm certain your mercy will raise the soldiers' spirits and serve as a worthy example. I hope that does it for our fellows' problem. Who knows? Maybe our supply situation is finally sorted, and we'll have to assemble the Logistics Council in full again. We can only hope. We can only hope. Alright, back to wasting time. Yeah, we should have only one more council meeting, but I need leadership points, which we may not get before the end of the act. We could... Yeah, so we don't have to max this bar out again, because we already hit the max rank for Act 3. They go up to 10 in Act 5. Everything moves a lot faster in Act 5. It's not as long of an act. Oh, hey, we're already over here. Oh, stop. Back this way. Broken Oaths. A group of apostate paladins has arrived in Dresden. As they fought evil, they delved too deep into violence and bloodshed. And in their cruelty, they lost Iomede's favor. Now these warriors seek redemption and intend to make a long and dangerous foray into the heart of the wound. Alright, I give them a chance at redemption. Unlock the Paladin's Redemption Decree. 15 paladins are recruited at the commander's headquarters. I make them stay and serve in the army. We'll get 30 light cavalry instead. I direct them to the Hell Knights. We'll get Fate of the Fallen Paladins. 20 Hell Knights are recruited. We're going to give them a chance at redemption. The warriors have taken an oath to set out on a long and treacherous march into the World Wound. Those who are weak of spirit will fall, but the strong will earn Iomede's forgiveness through their actions. And that's why we get less. We only get 15 versus 30 and 20. We get less with the Hell Knights than we would for the light cavalry, because I'm sure they're dying during the Hell Knights training. Alright, let's get back here, put those paladins in this army. Oh, I haven't done the decree yet. Alright, letter about Kilessa. A group of brave elven warriors from Kionin has arrived in Dresden to take their revenge on the demons for Kilessa's death. It was their dark intrigues that ruined her and pushed her into the embrace of the dark fate. But she still found the strength to fight against evil. One should not expect anything less from her comrades. Alright, so omelet innovation, we can make omelets out of the dragon eggs that we rescued, or dragons in care. We'll probably do this one. There's an interesting trophy among the quarry that the commander captured in the Ivory Sanctum. A clutch of woundworm eggs. It is common knowledge that such dragons, as a rule, are malicious by their nature, so nobody wants to hang around for the evil critters to be born. A group of druids is ready to relieve the Crusaders of this perilous treasure and take the eggs into their care. In answer to the question of whether the druids would condition the young dragons to be kind creatures and shun violence and do not eat mortals alive, a druid evasively replied that he and his companions should not get in the way of nature. The druidic upbringing. A unit has a +2 bonus to initiative and a +1 bonus to attack and armor class. Morale is dwindling. Don't have anything to fight. The price of mercy. A representative of the Technic League from Numeria arrived in Dresden. He offered to deliver a batch of volunteers for a reasonable price. However, the envoy's servant has secretly revealed that these are no volunteers, but a group of slaves. Knowing that slavery is banned in Mendev, the shrewd technomancer decided to sell his living goods under a false pretext. We hang the slaver, we get 1500 diplomacy experience points. Buy the poor people and set them free, we'll get freeing the slaves decree. Adds 1500 diplomacy experience points, deducts 3000 gold. I buy the slaves and make them serve in the army. We'll get reluctant soldiers. 50 conscripts are recruited. Also deducts 3000 gold. I buy the poor saps and take care of them. Get the Unchained Decree. 30 champions are recruited at the commander's headquarters and deducts 3000 gold. I buy the slaves and resell them in secret. Slave trade. Adds 12,000 gold. Hang the slaver. Many nations do not tolerate slave trade approved of the... Oh, whoops. Misread that. Many nations who do not tolerate slave trade approved of the commander's uncompromising decision. As for the slaves who were left in Numeria, their fate most likely was grim. Oh, they weren't with him. Shoot. Well... whoopsies. Alright, the instructors are now being more attentive while training soldiers as they're trying to find an individualistic approach. Individualistic approach. I said that way too fast. Alright, Paladin's Redemption. A group of paladins that lost Amade's favor is going out on a penitential march. They require supplies and equipment. Hey, leadership. Maybe that'll max out my leadership. Actually, we already passed it. How'd that go up? Maybe for the Crusade battle? That means... Alright, go get these guys. Alright, the woundworm eggs have been given to the druids. The former paladins have atoned for their sins and regained Amade's blessing. Fantastic. Useful friends. The Scots have freed a messenger from Absalom who has been captured by demons on his way to Dresden. This important visitor is quite influential and has connections in a number of states. He is eager to repay the Crusaders for his rescue. Alright, so we can choose the support from the Mwangi Expanse. We get the help of the Mwangi Decree. 3 witches are recruited at the commander's headquarters. Get help from Osirian. Help of Osirian Decree. 8 sand clerics are recruited at the commander's headquarters. Or favor the support from Tianjia. That's 40 energy points. I have no idea. Osirian, there's not really a roleplay choice here. I'm going to go with the one that I just prefer. It's less units to have to manage, so. The noble families of Tianjia have sent generous gifts to Dresden. Exotic magical relics the likes of which the natives of Avestan have never seen before. Roleplay wise, I probably wouldn't do that. I should probably do this as well. And this. We need... Our morale's failing a little bit, so... Price or quality? There are times when even the military warehouses in Nerosian run out. The capital is preparing to order a large shipment of gear. The treasury wants to know the commander's preferences for equipping his soldiers. High quality, pricey gear, or something more affordable that would make it possible to outfit everyone. Alright, so cheap gear. We get the purchasing cheap equipment decree. The cost of recruiting trainable units reduces by 10% for 15 days. Versus high quality gear. Purchasing quality equipment decree. All trainable units gain the quality equipment feat. The cost of recruiting trainable units increases by 5%. Quality equipment. Unit has a +2 bonus to strength and dexterity, and a +1 bonus to attack and damage, and a +1 bonus to armor class. I mean, that is so much better than this. Our purchase gear through Greybore. Weapons from Daggermark. The cost of recruiting trainable units reduces by 10% for 15 days. All special purpose units gain the Weapons from Daggermark feat for 15 days. Special purpose, I'm not sure what that is. Weapons from Daggermark. Unit has a +1 bonus to attack, armor class, saving throws, and initiative. So I'm going to go with high quality gear. The Crusaders deserve the best weapons, no matter how much they cost. No expense spared. I'm not sure how many days we skipped. I wasn't paying any attention. Galfrey should be here shortly. So I'm going to call it here, and next time we will push through until we can recruit Galfrey. Or not recruit, gosh. Until Galfrey arrives. Same about recruiting units. I'm not sure why we didn't get the, council meeting for leadership. Oh, there's not one, is there? No, there is. Yeah, because you have Harmondon, you have Odin, Bergalinda, and Konomi. So yeah, that's one for each stat. Yeah, we hit the next threshold, so there should be a council meeting for that. Well, we'll figure it out next time. Either way, for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.